Hey everybody, this is WarioMan3K once again. My next rant will cover, well, you guessed it right, Fox News. I know, Darkness to Curse already ranted about them 5 or 6 times already, but I'm gonna do my own rant in my own style. This will cover what Fox News said about the Nintendo DS attracting child molesters. This may or may not be split into 2 parts, but it'll depend on how long this video of mine is. Oh, a quick note, this is not aimed directly at the person who uploaded this video on YouTube. It's only aimed at Fox News and their so-called report.
Kids can't put it down.
It has lots of graphics.
And who can blame them? It's extremely fun. The thing's a blast.
It is fun. Good graphics, good gameplay.
What makes Nintendo DS different from other handheld game devices?
It's got dual screens, so hence the name Nintendo DS Dual Screen.
Yes,
That's
is
right,
true.
2 screens. You can play Game Boy and Nintendo DS games on it. And what's even more, friends like Marissa and Melanie can play against each other, even if they're in different cars.
We were several cars lengths apart, and sure enough, they were playing a game together.
That's because the Nintendo DS units seek out other DS units to play with. No wonder
that is true.
Gurus predict
Nintendo DS is going to redefine portable handheld gaming the way iPod is redefining music.
Well, stop the music, because...
Oh boy, this is not gonna go so well, is it? Well, prepare yourselves, everyone.
It's also redefining how vulnerable your kids are to child molesters.
See what I mean? It's so not gonna go so freaking well.
See, along with the game capability, Nintendo DS comes with a feature called PictoChat.
You can chat with your friends.
Kids know what it is.
You can talk to other people from a long distance. I PictoChat with my neighbor.
Problem is, parents don't.
I don't see that piece advertised on commercials.
What? Did you just hear what the soccer mom just said? She said that she didn't see anything advertised on TV. Okay. Why don't you try something more useful and important like, oh, I don't know, read the user's manual? What's this for? Important notice. Nintendo DS wireless communication, including PictoChat, is not monitored. That means PictoChat does not block messages from strangers. Similar to unmonitored internet chat rooms, children should be warned about receiving messages from or communicating with strangers. This isn't a waste of trees, it is meant to be read. Learn how to read the user's manual before using the system or letting your children use them, and then talk to them about it. It's simple.
Let me explain. You open the DS unit, you turn it on, you push PictoChat, and your DS unit is an open book. Anyone can write your child messages, send them sketches, anyone who has a DS unit. It's that simple.
No. It's not that simple. You have to be within a proper range of about approximately 60 feet in order for it to work. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard time getting in.
The fact that someone could possibly communicate with him without me knowing hadn't crossed my mind.
Here's an example of what can happen. With Melanie and Marissa upstairs in the bedroom, I was downstairs sending them messages. What's your dog's name? What's your name? Where do you go to school? Where do you live? Marissa's mom was watching as Melanie and Marissa answered my questions, and she didn't like what she saw.
Especially when I saw Melanie writing the answer.
Well, that's true. 4, 5.
Granted, the girls knew it was me sending the messages, but they'd only met me minutes before.
This is so bad already.
DS units have to be within 65 feet of each other for them to communicate. But when we set up 2 units in a local shopping mall...
Here comes their so-called experiment.
That's not what we found. From 90 feet. Let's try 120 feet, nearly double what Nintendo says the range is. All right, we pushed it back now to 200 feet. Let's see if we can send a message from here. 250 feet. All right, we now have more than 300 feet, more than a whole football field between these 2 Nintendo DS units, and yet still, I can send a message.
Retarded.
Even when I went outside the doors, my Nintendo DS was still able to write to the other one. Suddenly, Michael...
I told you this wasn't gonna go so well. Not lying. Fox News, on the other hand, is lying. Lie! You need to be able to get into chatting with someone on PictoChat. It's not up to 300 feet or whatnot. It's not Nintendo Wi-Fi connection compatible. It wasn't even designed back then before Mario Kart DS came out. It's just wireless, aka LAN or local area network. It means you and someone else need to be just a little close to each other in order for whatever they're doing to work. For more information regarding this flawed experiment, see Darkness to Curse, Fox News, DS Report Rant.
Mom realizes the possibilities get pretty creepy.
If we're in an airport or at a train station, and just with the close proximity of them being able to, possibly be communicating with him.
And remember Marissa chatting with her friend in the other car? That means a molester driving along could see your child in the back seat and start sending messages while you're in the front seat. Oh.
What the hell? That's the most retarded scare tactic they have ever come up with. A child molester pulls out a Nintendo DS upon seeing a child in the other car. He begins doing PictoChat with a child while driving his car down the freaking freeway. Are you kidding me? What if that child molester lost his concentration on driving? Chances are it will happen. Something like this. I see another victim. Time to pull out my Nintendo DS. Yeah. Get ready to get your ass wrecked. But it's only... Three precious. It has escaped. I'm just joking, but it's possible that a molester could lose his concentration and then get into an accident before attempting to do PictoChat with an unsuspecting child. Anyway, moving on once again.
Oblivious to what's happening. Nintendo is well aware of the risk. Both the owner's manual and the company's website warn parents about PictoChat and recommend talking to your kids about what to do if they get a message from some...
See what I mean, soccer moms? Read the user's manual. Don't rely on Fox News or the TV to do your parenting for you. All I ever see here is lazy parenting and whatnot. It's not that hard to figure out the Nintendo DS's capabilities. Or blah, 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 blah. Basic thing you should talk to your children about is do not talk to strangers. Don't give away your personal information such as your real name, birth date, home address, yada yada yada.
Well, they don't know. Brenda and Chantel are both great moms. But like most parents,
And by great moms, you mean soccer moms.
they didn't think to read the owner's manual for their...
Why wouldn't you read the user's manual? Why?
child's game.
I hadn't thought about that.
I just thought it was kind of like an advanced Game Boy.
Sit down, read the manual, the instructions.
Joel Dine with Glendale Police says the problem is parents don't realize Nintendo DS is more than just a game device.
See, a communication tool. It's not just a visual tool.
Now, Michael, Marissa, and Melanie know exactly what to do if a stranger tries to picto-chat them.
I sign off. I'd say bark. I'll turn it off.
Excuse me. Well, I'm sure glad the children finally figured out what to do at situations like this. After Fox News told them what to do. That's all I have to say here, but I do have a couple more things to say before I end this video right here. This report is terrible. You do not rely on Fox News or the media to take care of your own kids for you. Because, newsflash, you are a parent. But you're probably like, oh no, it's so hard. Why is it so hard for me to take care of my own kids? Oh no. You know what? If you can't handle taking care of your own children, and if you can't even handle telling them not to talk to strangers or whatnot, then maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't be a freaking parent. That's all I gotta say here for real this time. So, this is WarioMan3K signing off.